What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Boop, boop, boop. Shout out to everybody. You know who you are. And I still haven't figured out who gave me that. The funny is, like, they gave me the sub, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to remember that. And then I totally forgot. But anyway, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to give you props, and I just haven't done it yet. Sorry. My bad. But I did want to talk about, first thing I was going to talk about was Forza Horizon 6, right? And the games that are surrounding Forza Horizon 6. So if you guys don't know, we can talk about this real quick. We're not going to go deep into it until we see like the trailer of the new game, which is, I guess, the Dev Direct, whatever, next month. But I saw a video. I forgot the dude's name, but he's the British dude, the curly hair. And he's racing. All he does is racing, basically. And so he was like, Forza Horizon 6, da-da-da-da. Forza 5 is great, all the stuff, right? He's not saying anything bad about it. But then I knew this, but I didn't realize there were actually two teams that broke off from the initial Forza Horizon team. So it's not Dan Brown. I forgot it. Ben Brown. I don't remember his name. It was the lead dude, and then another dude from Forza, and they made two separate teams. And so the reason why they left is because Forza 5, Horizon 5 was a little rough because it was COVID, and they were like, and it was just really a weird development. That game is fire, but still, it was a weird development. But now they left Xbox because, well, one, he had to stay because when they got acquired, he had to stay for like 3 years or whatever. So he stayed, and then he said, okay, I'm bouncing, because he wanted to do a different game. He wanted to do a different type of game. Not a different type of game, but a different type of racing game. And so I was like, wait a second. So I think one of the shortcomings of Forza Horizon, the Forza Horizon series, is that there's no damage to the car. Not real damage. I mean, they're all a little scrapey on the paint and stuff, but you can't like do a BMG, beam, that racing game, BMNG. That's what it's called, right? It's a crazy racing game with realistic like physics, and just the community's modding it. You want a car, they probably made it. They throw it in there. You go crash in the trees, and you see your car get crumpled up like aluminum foil. It's a great game. Anyway, imagine. I would say. I mean, most of the reasoning why that doesn't happen in a Forza Horizon game is because the license holders of these cars, let's just say Ferrari, for example, they don't want to see their Ferraris getting all crashed up and butchered and messed up, right? And so I'm like, oh, so the manufacturers are basically holding back the creativity of the devs. So I don't know how they would get around that. I mean, one way is to just make your own original vehicles, or you only put the cars in that the manufacturers agree to have damage. Now, it happens in BeamNG, the Beam game. It happens in that. That's a PC game, by the way. I think because it's just you buy the base game, which is, what's it, $30-$40 or something like that, and then everything else is like mods. I don't know if they're paid mods or whatever, but the modding community is just throwing them in there or whatever. So I don't think they are paid mods because they probably couldn't get away with putting in somebody else's intellectual property. So, but anyway, that, I think that's like kind of the main one of the. It's kind of the only, like, remember Burnout? Remember you crashing on Burnout? I mean, there were no licensed cars in Burnout, but it was like Burnout Paradise, and you were like crashing, and your car's like slow motion, and your wheels are flying off. I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. And there was a big thing about the technology. Oh, crumple zone, you see the car smashing, slow motion is about the 360 generation. It was like, so that's really cool. But they don't do that because Ferrari, for instance, doesn't want their cars to be diminished or whatever. Speaking of Ferrari, tangent, I watch a YouTube channel called Grind Hard Plumbing Co. Grind Hard Plumbing Co. Right? Company Co. That's the YouTube channel. Dude named Ethan. He lives up in Montana or something. He's got a farm up there. He built his house. He's a super engineer dude. His brain is amazing. He can figure stuff out. He's artist. He's an artist like that, right? So he just makes all kind of crazy contraption vehicles that should be in like Mad Max. Basically, he made the trike. He made a trike chopper that the front wheel is a giant tractor wheel, and he put the seat inside the wheel hub, so you steer it by you're sitting inside the wheel and then the engine's in the back, and it's all wheel drive and all wheel steering, and it's crazy. Anyway, his recent project is somehow he bought a burnt Ferrari from another YouTuber. He's like, I burnt my Ferrari, blah, blah. And so he bought it, and it's like, oh, we're gonna put a diesel 12 still 16 still. I forgot how many. It's a big old diesel engine that's in. I think it came out of Audi, one of the Audi diesels. And he was racing that around, jumping. They get a car, they jump in the dirt ramps, and they have a little circuit around their property. They're doing all that stuff, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, wow, this thing is pretty good. They were beating the hell out of that car, and it was. So anyway, they took that engine, they put it in a Ferrari. They're gonna put big giant wheels on it. It's gonna be crazy. The point is that long ass tangent. Ferraris are trash. Not for nothing. He was tearing that thing. This is the things that they don't want you to see, right? He went in. There was no engine in it. So he was like, okay, let's look at inside. It's like, oh, this is some simple, basic-ass car stuff here. This is like, yeah. So he was like, yeah, this is the. And so if you watch, I think he's a couple of episodes, 3 or 4 episodes in on that build. And it's just like, it kind of opened my eyes to the fact that Ferrari is a name, yes. But they cut corners in like some of the stuff that you don't see, that you're not supposed to see, and that's the reason why they're so protective of their cars. I bet you that someone for Ferrari is trying to get in touch with Ethan because it's like, don't show them the crappy welds. Don't show them how we put it together, because it's like it's not the best. That's I was like, really? I think my Trailblazers. I mean, it's body on frame, so automatically it's better. But I mean, it's a bit better. Anyway, that was a bad tangent. It was a long tangent. I apologize. But anyway, speaking about the whole Forza Horizon thing, they have 2 other games. I forgot the names of the games. The 2 different studios that created the Forza Horizon series. They're good. I am looking forward to those games as well. I don't know if they're going to be connected to Xbox in any way. Maybe they'll hook them up with some money, get some exclusive. Who knows? But, I mean, they got away from Microsoft in order to be more free because the Forza Horizon series is kind of stuck in that license kind of the format that it is, change location, but you still have the festival and all that stuff. And I think maybe they want to go sci-fi. Maybe I don't know what they want to do, but I'm interested because they created Forza Horizon, and they also forgot which one it was, but he also worked on MotorStorm. I don't know if he worked on the second one, but he came from MotorStorm. I guess MotorStorm 2, whatever. Went to Forza Horizon. Anyway, so yeah. I want to talk about that, but that's not what I really wanted to talk about, because that's going to be next month. We're going to be like, yeah, Tokyo Extreme Racing in Forza Horizon 6, let's go. That's that. But what I wanted to talk about was Starfield, Star in the Field. I'm going to just leave that up. This is Colt Eastwood's video, and yeah, so shout out to Colt for doing his due diligence and doing his, I guess, his reporting. He's got people that he could talk to and get information. I don't know. I have nobody. Nobody's talking to me because nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares either, which is, I prefer it that way because it's like, I'm cool. But so the thing about Starfield is that it's a good game and it's a bad game all wrapped up into one game. There's some really cool parts about the game. There's some really not so cool parts about the game. The not so cool parts get in the way of immersion and kind of in total enjoyment of the game. It's not a seamless like, oh, I gotta wait for the loading screen. And mostly it's loading screens, but it's other things too. I think the ship builder, I like the ship building, but I think there's just like one or two steps beyond it being a little more difficult than it should be. Or I think, I guess you got to get used to like how to control it, and I think the main thing is because you're on a controller trying to do this 3D, put this this together. It is a little difficult. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but I do like the customization of that. I had a Millennium Falcon from the mods at one point. It broke my mods because I guess they updated it or whatever, but I got to go back and see if I can make that work. But the shipbuilding, I spent hours, and I don't even know how long I've been in this game, or even in just the shipbuilder itself. And so the rumor is, according to Colt and whoever he's talking to, maybe he knows Doodoo Jenkins. I got PP Perkins on my side. He ain't telling me nothing. I'm like, yo, PP. Hey, yo, PP, what's up? And he's like, man. It's going to be expensive. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's going to be, what are you everything's going to be expensive, man. I don't know why he sounds like Slowpoke Rodriguez. He sounds like Speedy Gonzalez's cousin. Hey, it's going to be expensive. The RAM is expensive, and the computers is bad. The screens are going to be expensive, too. You think that they're going to sit around and say, no, our screens are cheap. You go to Walmart and get a 72-inch screen for $89. That's not going to happen no more. They're going to find an excuse to make everything that you love more expensive. I bet you the prices of TVs are going to go up because they're like, oh, this is affecting all of electronics. And it really won't. Like, say, maybe it added $5 or whatever to the cost of, or let's just say $10, right? It added $10 to the cost of the TV, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is going down. It's gonna have to add $100." Thank you. I have a feeling that Electronigeddon is coming, and that's nothing to do with Electron Bandit. It's just the people, the greed peoples want the money, and Samsung makes the RAM, right? They won't even give their phone division RAM. That's how messed up. That's like, huh? That's like, yo, that's like your family. You're not gonna give them the RAM? Nope. We gotta make money. They got paid for it too. Oh. Anyway, Starfield. So the scuttlebutt is that Starfield will have a 2.0 update, basically, which is akin to, in my mind, what I was about to say Phantasy Star. Jeez. Final Fantasy 14. Remember, it was like, it's launched, and then people are like, this is trash, and they're like, yeah, you're right, it's trash. We're gonna reverse time. Don't pay attention. We're gonna hit this button. Reverse it, and so they rewound it, and they unreleased it, and made a new game, basically, and then released that and said, here you go, is this better? And they're like, oh, yes, much better. It's good. That's what happened. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be that dramatic. I don't think so. But from what Colt was talking about, it was like, yo, they fixing all these things. The loading times is going to be seamless things from hide the loads. So it'll be animation like a ship landing sequence and then hide the loads. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, you might get tired of it. I mean, make it dynamic or something. I don't know. My main thing about Starfield was the planets. The planets that were just there, they were like random generated planets, and they were just like a square on the planet that, it wasn't the whole planet. I don't even know if that's possible with that engine. I mean, maybe they can do some tweaks because other games do it, right? No Man's Sky does it. I guess Star Citizen does. I'm guessing. I have no idea. Star Citizen is like an anomaly of anomalies. It's crazy. And the main thing about that is like the ships are really cool. But I am looking forward to, if this is true, a Starfield 2.0, because I mean, first I finished Starfield, but I never started a new game plus. So my last save is just before I'm like right at the whatever it's called, at the point of the no return, whatever it's called. You're in like the thing and all the little scenes of stuff are happening. It's like the end. So I'm right there. So I just got to redo that, and then boom. And from everything that I've heard from the years of Starfield, New Game Plus is bananas. It's like the best New Game Plus in any game ever created. And I'm like, and from what I've heard, I'm like, hold up. So you telling me you do New Game Plus and then all the people are blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's crazy. Just thinking about that, I'm like, and it's like, it's not like that's what it's gonna be. It's like you could get that version, or you could get another version where, I don't know, Morgan, is that her name, the blonde lady? She's, I don't actually know if there's a good example for that, because the one New Game Plus that stuck in my mind, I don't want to like spoil it or anything, but I was like, that's crazy. And it's like, yo, I want to play the game only because that's what happens. I'll play it again because of that. And the thing is, if they improve the quality of life as far as certain things, the loading screens, load times, they said they're trying to optimize it even further so the load times are shorter and all that stuff. And I would say improve the ship builder, but also give us more options in the ship builder, like. Cause when I did like the Star Wars mods and I made my ship a Millennium Falcon, it was ridiculous to actually make it happen, because you have to build the structure, the inside structure in an exact way, and then at the end you add the Millennium Falcon skin right on top, and then everything else is like invisible. But so when you go in the ship, it's whatever you built as far as the rooms and the sections and the modules. But they don't make sense inside the Millennium, like it's not the inside of the movie Millennium Falcon. It's that crazy thing that you put together in your ship. But when you're flying outside, it's like, oh, it's a Falcon. It's so that. And I made it black and white, like black with like white highlights and some red. I was like, this is the dark Millennium Falcon. I think they actually did that, a variation of that in a toy or something. But there's so much promise. There's so much possible things that they can do. And people are like, oh man, it's dead, they're not gonna do anything. Man, Bethesda has been constantly going back and fixing their games because they've had to, because their games were usually janky and broken and stuff. But like Fallout 76 was hot trash garbage when it launched, and they stuck to it. And now everybody love it. I mean, I played it once. I was like, it's Fallout 76. I don't really like Fallout that much, mainly because it was an ugly looking game. If Fallout, any of them, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, Fallout 76, whatever, maybe they should do Fallout 33. The show just came out with the new season 2. I'm just saying. Anyway, if it was like beautiful graphics, let's just say, for argument's sake, photorealistic, is the best looking game you ever did see, I would probably play it more and enjoy it more. But when I see it and I see the ugly graphics and I see kind of the fugly animation, I'm like, it takes me out of it. So 3 was bad. 4 was better, still bad. And 76 was just like, it's just like 4, basically. So I was like, and I haven't seen any mods to rectify that, because it's like the mods for Skyrim are way better. Like they got the lady mods and make them all looking better than default, let's just say, because they were some fugly looking. I'm just saying, why? How? I'm glad the Starfield ladies look better. They do look better. Although I will say, Obsidian's faces, females overall, look better than Bethesda's faces, females, even the males, both, just in general, and animation and everything. Because I was playing Outer Worlds 2 recently, I was like, okay, that looks better than Starfield. And the people talking and stuff, and maybe it's because the camera's a little bit dynamic or something or whatever, but I like it. But once again, that maybe they'll add some of those flavors to this new update if it's happening, which I hope it will. I'm trying to think what else. They probably add some more story stuff, more factions, or I mean, honestly, what they should do is find a way, like maybe build one or two dungeons inside of. No, that's kind of the same thing that they were doing, like randomly generating outposts, and it would be just a set amount of outposts. Like, oh yeah, I had the same one at the other place, and just plop it down. Maybe they need to randomly generate the outposts or the dungeons, if you will, themselves. But I think it gets a little repetitive because there isn't a cohesive kind of through line with those locations. So I don't know if that's even possible, but one thing I would say is that they need to have a continuous planet. So you fly a whole around the whole planet. Flying in the atmosphere with your ship is another thing, please. And I mean, if they were to say, I don't know, take five planets and build them out, if you will, to the best of their ability. I mean, that takes a lot of time, so I don't know how that would work, but that would be cool. Or, I mean, there has to be a way to do that, right? There has to be a way to kind of create a Skyrim-esque world, but have it planet-wide, right? So the planets would be smaller, if you will. But I don't think anybody would mind that, because if they're densely populated with things to do, then you don't have to run for 10 minutes to go from here to this next checkpoint or whatever, or point of interest, POI. And so I mean, these guys are smarter than me, so me trying to come up with some ideas is dumb. But my hope for what may be coming in the future is hopeful. Look at the starship. Oh man, I love the starship. I think there needs to be a little bit more like kind of actiony stuff in the starships too, because I remember I mean, the dogfights are okay. They're not bad. Of course, it depends on your ship too, because my ship was trash. I think I had the Frontier is the name of the ship, right? I can't remember. I think I modified the Frontier, and then I had another. I had my Millennium Falcon. My Millennium Falcon was a beast. I was like, yo, it was a fast ship. It was fast, maneuverable. The only problem with the Millennium Falcon is that it took up like most of the screen. Like you see how this is, right? It took up like all of it. I was like, this is kind of, you can't like pull the camera back anymore, man. Whatever. But yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that, so pretty. That's some good looking stuff. Look at the. I like the Frontier. I like the default Frontiers are pretty cool. Look at that one too. This is like the old second trailer or whatever it was. Colt Eastwood. Shout out to Colt. We want to get face. No, we want to see the game. Ooh, right there. Yeah, girl. Hey, girl. She kind of, it feels, that looks like a Fallout pose, don't it? Like if you put her in a blue jumpsuit and take that away, Fallout. I'm just saying. There you go. There she go. Wait, let me get. I like that. That looks good. That's not a bad looking game. That's a good looking game. And the mods make it fun because I think the mods, they break the game. You don't get they disable achievements as well. But like I did an infinite jetpack because I was like the Mandalorian flying the Millennium Falcon. Don't ask me why. I was just like, Mandalorian. I got Grogu with me. He's floating in a little pod next to me. He's my little companion. I did have a droid, R2 droid, but then I switched. I was like, I want Grogu. since I'm Mando, right? So I was Dar Jin Dar whatever his name is, and Din, right? Is it Din? Yeah. Anyway, I was a I was the Mandalorian, flying the Millennium Falcon, and I had infinite boost on my booster, so I could just fly everywhere. I was like, so I fly all the way up, and then I got the buggy, and then I had infinite boost on that, so I like fly all the way up. And I think I put on the snow speeder mod one time, but it doesn't control right because it still controls like the buggy, which it's just a skin. So, but it's kind of cool, but not really because it doesn't fly like how you want it to. But I think it could be they could do something to make this like kind of a resurgence for this game, only because of the track record of them and their previous games and how they did the same thing. Like I said, Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Online, it was kind of like, and then they kept, and people loving it. People love that game. So I'm trying to think of, was there any other games that they made, like single player games that they had to? I mean, Skyrim, it's just been around for so long that they kept, improvements and updates and stuff, and then the mods just took it to another level. So, and that's the same with this. Like you can do like different face mods for the characters. Like, oh, this is whatever, change her Morgan's hair or something. I think they had a thick mod too to make your females thicker. You know what I'm saying? Thicker than a Snicker. Thicker than concrete, quicker dry. Thicker than a doodle snicker. Anyway, it was the mods is what the mods are what make me want to kind of still be in Starfield, even though I've run through the game. So I'm gonna wait till the update. Hopefully they announce it on supposedly they're supposed to announce it on the Dev Direct in January, in a few weeks, and then we'll see what's up. I mean, that Dev Direct is I haven't even really talked about it, and that's one of the supposed games. But they got Forza, they got Fable, they got Clockwork Revolution. This game, it's supposed to be like 7 games, so I'm missing 2, missing 3 actually, because I can count. I think there was some indie game. It was a third-party game. I don't remember what it was, though. But it intrigued me because I was like, what? That? Oh, okay. But anyway, ramble. I appreciate y'all hanging out, showing me, listening, like, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think about if they're going to do a Starfield 2.0. Are you down? Are you going to go back in there and play again? I will. I was thinking about freaking downloading it again because I know I deleted it because it takes it. Wait, actually, it still might be on my hard drive. Honestly, it still might be. I'll check. Because like some of the games are like, I'm definitely gonna come back to this game. I'm just not playing it now. I like keep it on there, and then it's like, oh man, I'm running out of space. And I look through the things like, I didn't even play this. Get it out of here. I ain't played it. Get it. I finished that one already. Get it out of here. So management. Gotta manage your space and stuff. But anyway, I appreciate. Talk to y'all on the next one. Till the we die.